Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. Well, today I want to talk about some of the biggest mistakes people make when they are fasting. As you know, fasting has always existed, decades and decades. It's no one's invention right now. Our ancestors have been fasting for the longest time, right from the caveman time. People have fasted for different intervals of time, but it takes a human being, it takes a human species to take something which is beautiful and make it into a fad. And that's what human beings are great at today. They take a simple concept and they make it complicated. So my question to you is, if fasting is so great and therapeutic and so many people get results, how come some don't? Everyone's trying to fast, but most people don't get their results. They say, hey, Luke, I'm not losing weight. Hey, Luke, my skin isn't glowing. I'm not, fixing my hair fall. I'm not getting better with my gut. Because you're looking at fasting the same way you look at an allopathic drug. You do something and you expect a result. You don't understand the science behind fasting. You don't understand that you are a unique individual. And number one, does fasting even suit you? Number two, do you really even need to fast? There are millions of people who don't fast. They have breakfast, lunch, dinner, happy people, great health reports, great weight, everything's fine. But we don't, right? Because herd mentality, we want to see what everyone's doing. We want to look at all the ads and the apps that claim that intermittent fasting is the ultimate fix for all weight problems and diseases, but yet we don't get those results. Some people do, many don't. Here are some of the biggest mistakes that we've seen people make during intermittent fasting, the reason why a lot of them don't get results and a lot of them do damage to their kidneys, to their body, to their urinary tract, and so many other issues when you make intermittent fasting into a fad. Number one, a lot of people use intermittent fasting as a weight loss tool. They want to party late at night, eat, stuff themselves, overeat, and then they think if I fast longer, I'm going to balance the effect. Intermittent fasting isn't your tool or isn't your wild card to eat more and to screw up your lifestyle anymore. Intermittent fasting is a science that works for your body with your circadian rhythms. So if you think you can abuse your weekend and then fast for 5 days, it's not going to work for you. Of course, you may lose a little bit of weight, but you're damaging your health. Number one, you cannot change the timing of your intermittent fasting every day. You can't decide to fast one day at 8 o'clock, the next day at midnight, the next day at 3 in the morning, the next day at 5 in the evening. No, it works with a rhythm. Select your timing and start your intermittent fasting at that time every day. Maximum, give or take 30 minutes here or there. But you're not intermittent fasting if you're changing your timings every day. You're starving. One day your body's used to getting food at a particular time. The next day you've changed it out of your convenience. That is fasting. That is starving. That is not fasting. Fasting is when your body gets used to a rhythm. Maybe this body fasts twice a week, from this time to this time. Maybe this body does a religious fast at a particular point in the year. Maybe this body does a fast during a full moon. Okay, maybe this body fasts 5 days in a week at the same time every day. That's a rhythm that your body identifies. If you keep changing the rhythm, you are starving, you are depriving your body of energy and nutrients, you are not fasting. That's the number one biggest mistake that people make. Number two, it's not a competition. Some bodies fast brilliantly on 12 hours, some on 13, some on 14, some on 15. But everyone, as usual, herd mentality, they put themselves into a box. 16-8. Why 16-8? Why not 17? Why not 15? And they don't have an answer to that question. Some people have the right answer. I feel great with 16. Then go ahead and do it. The others don't have an answer. They're just trying to copy fad after fad. Like I said, what if your body gives you the same results in 16 in 12 hours? What if 16 is too less for you and you need 18 hours? So the important point is when it comes to intermittent fasting, listen to your body. Your body tells you when to break the fast. Not social media, not your nutritionist, not your doctor. Your body tells you when to break the fast. Today, your body may break it in 12 hours. Tomorrow, it may break it in 13 hours. Day after, it may break it in 18 hours. Because your body will tell you when to break its fast when deciding on when the fasting period has ended, not according to you. So do not make that mistake of putting yourself into a box. It doesn't work that way. The human body cannot be put into a box. You can't decide how many breaths you need to take in an hour. You can't decide, how many calories you need to eat on an everyday basis, because your calorific intake changes according to how much you think, how much you sat, how much you moved, how much of stress you have in your life. So you see, the body works on the principle of on the principle of biology, chemistry, and physiology, not on math. It doesn't work on the principle of math. So listen to your body and break your fast accordingly. My next question, everyone who's showing off about 18 hours and 20 hours and stuff like that, I have a genuine question for you. If you're doing it the right way, great, continue. If you have a 5-hour eating window, how are you going to get all of your nutrients in on a daily basis? How are you going to get all of your protein, all of your macro and your micronutrients in a 5-hour interval? It means that most people who are not doing it the right way, some people have one meal a day and they fast. That's great for them. Everyone else is overeating and trying to get their calories, protein, and minerals in a 5-hour window. Digestion takes you anywhere between 4 to 4.5 hours for one meal, and you have a 5-hour waiting period. So what happened? 5-hour eating window. So intermittent fasting done the wrong way, one of the biggest problems we're seeing are malnourished people. People don't have enough of time to get vitamins, minerals, the right amount of protein, fats, and carbs into their body because they're trying to make their fasts longer and longer. Like I said, you may lose your weight, okay, but you're losing your health. My question to you is, you can look at a person and tell them if they're doing intermittent fasting the right way. Number one, they're at the right weight. Number two, their skin will be glowing. Number three, they will not be tired. They will not be dependent on caffeine because they're running on cellular energy, which is enhanced when you are fasting the right way. You can look at these three things in a person and tell whether they are fasting the right way or the wrong way. But today you're seeing people who are fasting and they're looking haggard, their skin is loose, they look 10 years older, their hair is falling, they have bald patches, they have acne all over their skin, they have a hormonal imbalance. Right then you know that they are fasting the wrong way. Either too much, too little, or in the eating period, they're not eating their nutrition the right way. So you want to check this out. Okay. The next biggest mistake is ignoring your symptoms and ignoring your feelings. When you are fasting, this is a very, very intelligent system in science working for you. You need to listen to your body. What is your body telling you? If your fast is making you acidic, break your fast. There is no point reaching your 16 or 17 hours but getting more and more acidic, because that is causing more problems of inflammation and damage in your system. If your blood sugar levels are going haywire, break your fast. Okay, if your blood pressure levels are going haywire, break your fast. The idea of fasting is not a competition, it's not a game. Listen to your symptoms and listen to what your body is trying to tell you, how you are feeling. If you are getting an incredible migraine, break your fast. Period. Listen to your body. You're not going to win a prize for fighting these odds and creating more damage to your body. So listen to your symptoms. Number 5. People getting into intermittent fasting believing that it is their weight loss tool. No, of course you lose the first 2, 3, 4 kilos. You'll also put that weight back on the moment you stop fasting. Okay, intermittent fasting is part of your weight loss journey if you're looking at it that way. You still got to sleep well, look after your emotional wellness, exercise, make sure you're getting the right amount of protein, vitamins, macronutrients, and micronutrients. So if you are looking at intermittent fasting as a weight loss tool right now, I am telling you, you are failing, or you would have already failed. And that's why so many people reach out, Luke, I'm fasting 17 hours, 18, 19. I'm only putting on weight. I'm not losing weight, because you are looking at intermittent fasting as a weight loss tool. It is not a weight loss tool. Weight loss and fat burn is a pleasant side effect of intermittent fasting done the right way, if it suits you and if you need it. My next point, the biggest mistake, breaking your fast the wrong way. Just because you fasted 20 hours doesn't give you the right to break your fast with a cupcake. It doesn't give you the right to break your fast with a bowl of biryani. No. You've not done your body a favor. You're harming your body by stuffing yourself with sugar, oils, carbs, and all the crappiest foods. Imagine an empty body that has fasted for 16, 18, 20 hours, looking for nutrition, screaming for nutrition, and you dump it with crap. What are you going to get? More acid, more gas, more inflammation. If you choose to play the game of fasting, you choose to break it the right way, whether it's with dates, fruits, lemon water, and then slowly over the next half an hour, you start to get your solids back into your system. Okay, that's the right way to do it. The next biggest mistake, which no one will be happy, no one's ever happy when I say this, because you're addicted. I'm talking about coffee. If you are drinking coffee during your fasting hours, number one, you are not fasting. I don't care what the US tells you, that it's only 50 calories. Fasting is only water. Fasting is only water. There is no coffee in fasting. Anyone can fast if they're allowed to drink 1 to 2 to 3 cups of coffee, because then you don't have to face the pain of fasting because you're on a caffeine high. Just imagine this. There is science and logic to it. You decide after that. A clean body that is cleaning itself out. You take a beverage which is highly acidic, highly caffeinated, which causes your cortisol levels and your adrenaline levels to rise the moment you ingest that. Would you put that into a body that's fasting? So like I said, a lot of people fast because it's a fad. A lot of people want to do it because everyone's doing it. But if you're doing it with coffee, let's understand what happens when you put coffee into a fasting body. Number one, you stimulate gallbladder movement, which is not required if you're not eating food. Number two is you stimulate the start of your digestive system, which is not required if you're not eating. Number three, you're making an already acidic body more acidic, and there is no food to break down with the excess acids that you're creating. Number four, you're missing out on the beautiful cellular energy that you're supposed to experience with real fasting, because now you're on fake energy, cortisol-driven, adrenaline-driven, caffeine energy. So if you're fasting on coffee, let's stop fooling yourselves right now. You are not fasting. You are not fasting if you are fasting on caffeine. So don't do it. Do it the right way. Maybe you can't do more than 12 hours, but do that 12 hours without coffee. Do that 13 hours without coffee. Do that 14 hours without coffee. Break your fast, have your fruits, your nuts, eat, then have your coffee. I don't have a problem with that. Have 2 coffees. But coffee on a fasting system, no. It isn't. Just because we learn these things from the West, I have nothing against the West, but I don't know why we try to ape everything in the West. Every religious fast in our own country or fasting mechanism for your health or for your religion is without the stimulation of caffeine. Just because the West says you do it, because half of them are addicted to it and half of us are addicted to it, doesn't mean we bend the rules and allow for it because we're addicted to it. You want to damage your gut health over time, keep drinking coffee while you're fasting. My last point, never see fasting as a punishment mechanism for you. You had a bad day, overate, had too much of sugar. It doesn't mean you have to fast more. It doesn't work that way. Fast the same amount of time. By fasting more doesn't take away the calories you got in with that extra dessert, that extra sweet, or that overeating that you did. Instead, fast the same amount, but change your lifestyle. Learn discipline. Learn self-restraint. The last point, if fasting doesn't suit you, don't do it. If you don't need to fast, you don't need to fast. It's as simple as that. Like I said, there are millions of people who don't fast and they're absolutely healthy. So if you are getting the benefits of fasting, what are the benefits of fasting? Skin glow, more energy, more focus and more clarity, more fat burn, more adjustment of your body in terms of your lean mass and your fat, a feeling of goodness, of wellness. Okay, your appetite decreases over time. Your dependency on sugar, your cravings for sugar and caffeine decrease over time without you trying to use willpower. You know that fasting suits you. So make the right decision about fasting. But all I can say is the longer you continue fasting the wrong way, okay, the more damage you are going to do to your health. The circadian rhythm fasting, where you start fast at sunset and end it at sunrise, is the most powerful fast on this planet. You don't need 18 hours, 20 hours. Everyone says, oh, Luke, autophagy needs 72 hours, 48 hours. No, it's dependent body to body. A body that has less toxins, a body that is already healthy, a body that has less acids will need less time for autophagy to kick in. Do not listen to what people say that 72 hours means autophagy. People can enter autophagy in 16 hours or even 15 hours. It is dependent on you. The last biggest mistake, if you are smoking during your fasting time, okay, don't fast. You're doing more harm, way more harm. You're putting more toxins into a body that doesn't have the mechanism to defend you because you're fasting. So do not smoke in your fasting phase. I know you're trying to distract your mind. If fasting is so difficult for you, just don't do it. But do it the right way if you're going to do it. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.